let's not take nothing away from the set. I feel like this was a legendary moment in hip hop.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah.
Word.
And I want people to remember like who Dipset still is.
Right.
Like, granted, what happened. We still Dipset. It's still Dipset.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wait.
They performed a lot of bangers on stage.
Can there be a rematch? Because
That's eventually gonna happen, I think, in time. I think in time.
I'm not
but not
interested.
right now.
how do you do that?
You're not interested?
So Austin, you quarterback it?
I'm gonna get to that. Because you said nobody beating you if you pick 10.
1,000,000%.
We're gonna get to that.
Especially what I saw in the Garden with the shit that I got. 10?
Come on, man. Not nobody beating you.
Come on, 10?
Can there be a rematch? Because now it's a tour with Dipset, The Lox, and State Property. What is that gonna be like?
Interesting. All caps.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Because
Yeah.
now I think because of what happened, I think Dipset is gonna settle down and say, yo, let's get right for this tour. Let's get some rehearsal dates. Let's get it together. Let's get right for this tour. Because how much dates is it? It's like, what, 10 dates? Something like that?
I thought they said 30.
No, it wasn't 30.
No, it's not that
it
many.
It wasn't more than 10.
It's like 10 dates, something like that. But to me, after what happened at the Garden, you have to make it up to your fans and really pay special attention to what's going on in this tour.
I'm not gonna let y'all know that I have psychic powers, but I got psychic powers, bro. And
Rematch,
I feel
you
like
think?
there's gonna be a chant for rematch throughout this tour.
If there is a rematch, I'm saying it here first, I better be the DJ for that. And we gonna chop. Promise you, if there's a rematch and I'm the DJ, I guarantee you this doesn't happen. I promise you.
I say this, and I am from 914, and this is my brother. You know, he know what it is. I'm just saying, I don't know if a rematch is gonna play out the same way.
Yeah.
But I said it to him early on the phone. I'm like, bro, if sequencing of those records was important, timing,
sound quality,
because you're rapping over vocals, and even I was talking to. When I'm like rapping over the vocals is distortion in an environment that big. Like, and you heard Cam's what he say? He said this ain't SOBs. This is.
Who's that? Jada?
It's the Garden.
It's the Garden.
Yeah.
He said it was the Garden, right? So, yeah, exactly. So if it's a Garden, you shouldn't be rapping over.
How important is
TV
that?
TV tracks would have been important. TV tracks would have been.
Because I remember when things started to change, and I don't want to single anybody out in particular, but there was some groups that emerged. They became very popular, and if you went to one of their shows, they were rapping over the vocals. Yeah. And after a while, hip-hop shows or rap shows became somebody smoking a blunt,
rapping over the
and
vocals,
ad-libbing their songs.
Right.
How important is it?
It's essential. It separates the boys from the men. It's essential. I don't care. Listen,
I agree.
your standards are supposed to maintain in spite of the times. Not supposed to switch with them.
Yep.
And there's a quality control level that's supposed to be maintained.
I like that. I like that.
If you jumping out on stage and you doing karaoke, first of all, you're shitting on your fans. Your fans should feel offended. Every fan in the building should feel offended that this is what you think of them. I'm gonna give you something that you can get in your living room. Forget the fact that you paid to be here.
Right.
I'm just gonna do something that you could have literally done yourself in your living room, and I'm just gonna smoke while you're doing it. I'm just gonna drink while you're doing it.
I partially agree. I
think
agree.
it's
So what's the other side?
I'd love to hear this.
What I'm saying is, I feel like when we go to shows, we pay to see that artist and their energy, right?
Right.
That they bring to the stage.
Right.
If these artists are giving the same energy on the record and running around stage and really giving you the bang for your buck, then I'm not as mad. But if now, like what you said, you smoking a blunt in one hand and you got a mic and a drink in the other hand and your vocals are playing in the background, that's disrespect.
Yeah.
But if you just got the vocals as a bed, but you really performing everything, you use it as backup, I get it.
I can't. For me, that's too slippery of a slope. You're asking, a TV track is different, but don't think. Listen.
Some of the building blocks of hip hop.
And you can't.
MCing.
And the further away you go from it, the worse everything turns into. Like when we was working on ELE 2, Busta don't do none of that. Like,
Of
are you
course not.
kidding?
But he's known
one of
as
the
a
greatest
performer.
performers.
That's what he's
But
known as.
why wouldn't that be the bar?
Yeah.
The standard bar.
Don't aim to come in under it. Don't say, well, he's so dope, I'll never be that. Let me just do my thing. No, why is your thing automatically 50% less than the best? Why are you here to be minimal? How did that become okay with everybody?
I think I know when.
Jesus.
Now look,
Y'all ready for this? Jesus. Auto-tune. Nah, bro. They couldn't do that live.
But you know what? There were certain
Yeah,
parts
no,
of the
no,
show
no,
that
he's right.
they were going hard though. They were
He's right,
they were
he's
spitting
right.
loud. They had the
forget, there
TV
was
track
this era
playing.
of rappers
They had the
who
TV
rap
track playing.
auto-tune.
But they
no,
were
you know
spitting
why you're
louder.
right? Because a lot of dudes, because they can't do the auto-tune shit on stage, because they don't have the effects,
Yeah.
they leave the vocals in the background. He's right. That's really where it started for shows.
Yeah.
That's where it started for
and
shows.
everybody just started doing their own thing.
And that's
Knock it
probably
off. Like, okay, cool. That's what you've been doing. Wow, that was.
So you got that on camera. That shit
Wow.
was viral. You put fly your
That
shit
needs to
in.
be in slow mo.
Anyway,
That was your Mr. Miyagi.
You got to do that in slow mo. Next time, use chopsticks,
Right? Bonus points. I get the chopsticks.
I mean, I can
in
understand. It's slowly created, I guess, deterioration of live performance.
Right.
And that was an excellent point. I never
But
thought.
This is an
Nowadays-
example of how MCing actually impacted the real live performance. The MCs actually victored in the end. Like
Right.
the MCs won because
Right.
it's just
And I'm not
it's
mad at
important.
it.
The vocals were clear when they were like supporting each other. When they say "fuck you" in the beginning, you was
Yeah.
hearing it super clear. It's
Right,
resonating.
right. Yeah.
They spitting their lyrics. They ad-libbing each other. They
Drop
resting
into
they
an
resting on
acapella.
ad-lib.
Yeah.
But not just that. A mumble rapper can't rap on stage. You can't have the same cadence that you have when you're like
Is there such a
half
thing
an
anymore?
inch.
Is that really a thing still?
There are rappers.
Are there mumble rappers still? Like, are we still calling certain
All right.
people mumble rappers?
If we're talking in a sense of how you deliver it, there's some people who record at
Right,
such
nah.
a low tone.
I just
that
mean
you
like it's
cannot
taking over the
replicate
game
it on
so
stage.
much. Do we still call mumble rap, even though it's the predominant form of rap now?
That doesn't change.
Yeah, that doesn't change
the title.
the title of it. Is what they're doing. It is in a way. Yo, there's a song that my son has been singing out of Baltimore, and I've heard this thing like 4 or 5 times, and I don't know any of the words, bro. It's just stupid, and I don't know
music
what it is, bro.
like my opinion. Music isn't about words anymore. It's about a feeling.
To be honest, I think it's
Grown
always
into a
been
vibe.
No, that's what we pay for. Now, I'm not saying it's always been like back in the day when you bought a CD, you bought a physical CD, you took it home, you read the inserts, you had something that you paid for.
Right.
Now you download a project, you have nothing. You just have a $10
It's not
bill on your
tangible.
account.
It's not tangible.
You understand?
It's not just-
tangible. So what does that tell us? We buying
not
feelings.
collectible.
We're buying feelings. We're not buying objects.
But cheap feelings.
No, hold
Depends on what you
Energy.
buy.
Here's my response to that, and I hear exactly where you're coming from. But here's my pushback on that. The era that most of us cut our teeth in, the one where we developed our standards, we didn't have to have one or the other. Jay-Z could translate a feeling to me, but his words painted the picture. I didn't have to vibe strictly with the sound of it. When Jay painted the picture of walking into a spot being a drug dealer who's super stressed out and everybody else got to stay away from him, when Cam was talking his, when Big L was talking his, those gave
I got
me
the perfect response for you.
feelings.
I got the perfect response for you. And rest in peace to Biz Markie. Biz Markie was a feeling. He might have sang off key. He was a feeling. Of course, he was a vibe.
But
Biz Markie wasn't giving you a message.
Oh my, no, that's not true. That's
What?
not true.
Nah, he was a feeling, but he had a message.
No, what I'm saying, no, here's what
He
I'm
was a
saying to
feeling,
you.
though.
It wasn't
Super
like
feeling.
No, his message.
Jay-Z
He's a
was-
heavy
okay,
feeling.
look, Jay-Z
His
was
message
teaching you
and the
lessons through
feeling
his
was
records.
all
Am
the
I
same
right?
thing. It was
Right, right.
comedy.
Right.
Biz Markie was, I want to have a good time. Let me throw on a Biz Markie record. It felt good.
It felt
Right.
good.
It made you feel light. You felt good.
Yeah. Feel
You
good.
didn't study his words and say, he said this, he means this. It was just a vibe.
I disagree because everybody in here can sing "Just a Friend" word for word.
No,
he was painting the picture.
no, you
and
can
we was
sing
having
it.
a good time.
You can sing it, but we didn't look at Biz and say like, "Yo, this is the poster child of what an artist should be."
He's saying it didn't resonate with it as this is what he stands for.
No, I disagree.
Jay-Z definitely.
Wow.
I disagree.
Like, how do you think real singers looked at Biz when he made that song?
Oh no.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
His title was the Clown Prince of Hip Hop for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
So his feeling and his message were all encompassed in what he did. It was all jokes. It wasn't supposed to be the Jay-Z message, this is what I stand for.
Right.
Biz stood for having a good time, like you said.
Right.
Right.
His lyrics translated that. I got the feeling when he stood up on a piano that we knew he couldn't play,
Right.
screaming at the top of his lungs.
Of course. But that was
That's a
that's the
feeling.
Right,
vibe.
that was the vibe. And then
Right.
what do we do with that? We messed the words up. You got a hair weave. You know, we had fun with it, but that was Biz.
Because of the feeling it gave you.
But we
It's the
didn't put
vibe.
Biz in the same category as Kane. But
Yeah.
Kane gave you feelings too. When he said
no,
ain't no
he
happy,
did.
no. Smooth operator, that's not a vibe.
Of course
You
it
don't
is.
feel like you can bone any woman on earth when that song comes on and you, cause I'm so smooth.
Word.
You don't feel like that?
Y'all got an agreeing place though. It's really the vibe. Sometimes the lyrics
Right.
helps the vibe, and sometimes
Of
more the
course.
vibe. But all he's saying is that more of his personality and the vibe that he got is leaning over to the vibe side,
And
My-
look,
my-
above
my-
the lyrical side.
And while I get that, my point is,
Yeah.
the era that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
where the standards were, we never had to decide one or the other. We got both.
No, but what
we
would
didn't
it-
have to make no choices.
No, but what would it? You know,
we,
it's
we
kind
got
of
everything we wanted.
it's
We got
kind of-
lyrics and we got vibe. We didn't have, our entertainers were so well rounded. We never had to say, well, he can't rap, but it's a vibe. Nobody had to say
listen,
that. No,
you
he
did
rapped,
sometimes.
he got bars,
No, you did sometimes.
and it's a vibe.
You did
Right.
sometimes. You did. Come
With
on.
who?
Come on. Let's not do that.
Name me names.
We grew up around bum stickety bum stickety bum. What was that?
Yeah, that, yeah.
What was that? What was that? What was
I was gonna say, no.
Don't do that.
Let's not be conceited. Let's not be conceited.
Let me tell you
I was waiting for that.
Before you say that,
I was waiting for
let's
that.
not do that.
What I was
There's a lot of records. There's
No.
a lot of records
I was
like
waiting
that
for
too,
that.
though.
I was
There's a lot
waiting
of
for
records.
that.
No, listen,
They was from the
Fiddly wrong.
No, I'm
Fiddly wrong.
not disrespecting Das Effects. What
No,
I'm
no,
saying
shout out
is,
to Das Effects.
what I'm
No,
saying
take
is,
it that way.
every era has that group
Yeah.
that somebody would be like, yo,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? What are these dudes talking about? Every era had that.
And here's
We
my
just
the mode?
overlook it in
Here's-
ours because we're looking so close at the new generation.
No. We overlooked. We gave Das Effects what we gave them.
Them niggas went platinum.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Number one, no.
Oh, you just confused. You ain't just confused. Nah, bro. Shout out to Das Effects. Man.
Yeah, shout out to Das.
Shout out to Das Effects.
I don't even know if you should be in this
Snap
room,
the
Playboy.
neck, nigga.
Like,
You should get your neck sniggity snap, nigga. Why you saying that? That's crazy. Yeah, it was.
no, my response to that.
Nice, Cleo.
My response to that, and I concede every point you just
Coolio.
made. I concede every point you just made when it comes to Das Effect. I love it when that comes up because my response is always the same thing. Das came in an era where creativity and doing something original was heralded above everything else. What they did had not been seen before they did it. So we gave it a shot because number one, Eric Sermon with beats don't miss. Solid Scheme didn't miss. Those beats were crazy. And we listened to dudes doing something we had never heard before. That's why it only lasted one album. It only went one album. The next album, they started weaning
I don't
off
know
and
if I
weaning
can
off.
just-
By
I
the
can
third
just-
album,
Yeah.
they didn't do that at all.
I don't know if I could just use that as an excuse to just say
It's not an
why
excuse.
we accepted
It's a reason. We
But,
heard
yeah.
something we never heard before.
Yeah.
And let's not forget they were down with one of the #1 crews in hip hop. They were part of the Hit Squad.
Of course.
Like,
of course.
And let's not
EP&B
forget.
co-signing something was.
Let's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
not
that-
forget. Jay-Z used to rap just like them niggas.
How about that? They influenced a bunch
yes
of
and no.
people.
Yes and no.
Just for a time.
Just
Maybe
for a
closer
short
to a
time.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it was a
maybe
style.
closer to a
Yeah,
Foosh
yeah,
nigga.
It was a style that was used.
yeah,
You know what I
Foosh
mean?
niggas.
And it
yeah,
came
Foosh
and
niggas,
went.
yeah,
Right.
closer
Closer
to
to
Foosh
that.
niggas.
Foosh niggas again.
Yeah.
Foosh niggas, Das Effect.
Right. It came and went.
Right.
But as soon as it was over, we left it where it was. But the fact is, all we wanted back then was creativity and originality.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard, making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard? Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard? Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got as the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.